Oh my god, you guys, we're wrapping this bitch up. He's dead. There are some scenes that some would say are a bit odd. We are going to be talking about 14 books in total today, and I read them from January till now because I was in a big ass slump, okay? Don't judge me, please. I had a rough first half of the year, but we're getting there and I am back on my reading grind. So I'm very, very, very excited to be talking to you about the 14 books I did read, and some of them I love, but one in particular I hated. Most will be physical, but I do have 2 books I think I do not have physically here, so I will show you obviously a picture or my Kindle.
So I did not do that, but if you believed me, I guess that is your fault, because I am a liar and I will gaslight you. But about the book, How to Hold a Cockroach, I loved it. I will be telling you shortly what it is about, because it is like under 2 hours. I audiobooked it, I loved it, and essentially the book is about a little boy and a cockroach, and the little boy learns through at least a couple of experiences how to see things differently, because at first he learned that a cockroach is dirty and a bad thing, and through his life he learned that he needs to ask questions like, why did I think that? Who told me that? Why do I believe X, you know? So as we go through his life in phases, in a very short way, we see him develop a sense of critical thinking and demolishing his limiting beliefs. Okay, that's it. Let's continue the video. And please give this a chance when you're in the car or are maybe working out. You'll love it. It's very positive, very quick.
Let's start. I needed to get that out so we can start talking normally. I did start the year off with finishing a book club book with my sisters, and that was The Vegetarian by Han Kong, I guess. I will also be using my books for a bit of cooling. Respect the books, but also, come on. I guess that my problem with this book is that I wanted to love this. I just didn't. Sometimes you connect with a book, sometimes you don't. I could objectively see this was an amazing book. I also had some moments where I felt for the main character, because how could you not? But to me, I had a bit of a culture shock. If you read the book, you know why. And I felt like she needed a lot more love surrounding her. I was a bit shocked. I had a tummy ache after the first chapters, and that made me hate it in a good way, because I do think shocking true events, things that truly happen, are important, very important to read about. But it made me a bit nauseous, because I don't really like people that are truly bad inside. I truly felt that with some of the characters in this book. I guess that is what made it a good book. I'm not trying to say it is a bad book. I think it needed a bit longer for me to marinate, and maybe I will come back to it one day, but for me it was a solid, good book, objectively, but subjectively I would say it made me a bit uncomfortable, and I was already in a bad place in my head at the time, so I didn't think that was contributing to anything good for me in my life. So we started off with a very heavy book, and it's not fun for the video whatsoever, but it is the truth, and I would recommend it to a certain type of person, not to everyone. I do love the cover. I did like the writing style, and yeah, sorry, I'm just so shocked thinking back about this book, what happened, and I guess I had a bit of a hard time formulating my thoughts about this book at book club, but now I find myself doing it again. What was the message? What did the writer try to convey to me? And it wasn't clear, which I love, because then you can discuss and think about that, but maybe I find the pill that this book is a bit too hard to swallow. I think that is my message, so that's why I never read A Little Life, because I will die inside. On the back it says, a novel of sexuality and madness that deserves its great success, and I do agree, but it is terrifying. Very, very terrifying. Next up, you will see in my book tag, I will be posting, or already posted, I don't know yet, why I'm laughing at this book. I read this in, I think, February, maybe March. As I said, it was a bad start of the year for me, but this was also a book club book. It's One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Trying not to get cancelled or hate on anyone. Oh my god, it's so difficult. I hated it. Let me rephrase that. The book is okay. The book is, I don't really have an opinion about it. It's a simple romance, but it isn't spellbinding, something new. It's not breaking any new surfaces, okay? It is what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
This book is about Emma, and she is married, I guess, yes, to, it's been a while, I'm so sorry, to her high school sweetheart, Jesse. and he's dead, missing. Yes? Okay, keep up. After a couple of years, she moves back to her hometown and finds herself reconnecting with her, I think, like high school, middle school best friend. I think his name is Sam. His name is Sam. She finds herself getting a phone call from Jesse, the dead husband, you know? Which would be crazy. I also like discussed this with everyone in my life. Like, what would you do? Like, would you go back to your ex? Would you like be with your now hubby? Like, what would you do? It's not, oh, by the way, Sam is not her husband in the timeline, but that was the fictional discussion I had with people. No, wait. The real discussion I had with people about the fictional situation. Come on now. I'm not going crazy, am I? The story and the concept is so good, but I watched a movie, I think it was Ever After or Love After. I will put it here because I don't know. That was a 5 out of 5. I loved that movie and that did the same concept way better. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. This also has a movie. What a B film. I hated it. With every ounce of my being, every fiber in my body, I hated it. And I'm glad to say I wasn't the only one. I would not recommend this book, but I would even recommend the movie less, if that is possible.
It is so bad, I want to give you a 0, but that's not possible. So I give you a 1.
I would give you a 0. Oh, there it is. No, a major movie. It's not a major film, babes. It's not. The book is okay if you have never read any romance and you would like to feel something, I guess, because the concept is good and the beginning of the book is also good, but I missed so much. I wanted to know more about the missing stuff, like what did he do there, and I don't know. I had so many like better ideas. I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to be rude. I just didn't like the book. I gave it a 2 or a 2.5, I think, because I do not care. 2.5, just to keep it neutral. I do not have a heavy opinion on it, but if you ask me, I would not recommend it specifically. I do like the writing style, I guess, of Taylor Jenkins Reid, so I would give her a chance in the future for a better book, I guess. But seeing that people love this one, I'm scared, man. Like, how can you enjoy this? Maybe the movie ruined the experience for me, so don't come for me at all, please. I hate that. I have my own opinion, and that is my opinion. A 2.5 it is. We're finally in a good place. I can calm the fuck down. The next book that I read, it's called The Little Prince in Nederlands. In Dutch it says De Kleine Prins. It's so cute. You can read it like this because you read from right to left instead left to right. So it's very creative. I do love that someone made this version, the bilingual, I guess, edition. I read it in Dutch and made me cry so much. It looks thick. It's not. It's 127 pages. It's a classic. I'm like trying to not make it a personal review, but I guess I can't because this book is about death, about loss, about life, about greediness, about how you treat other people, how you see yourself, the beauty of life being short, you know? It's about a lot of complicated but also lovely, lovely subjects. And I think anyone could get something from this book. A life lesson, a wise thought, a good laugh, because oh my god, it is funny. It's translated in like every language. My advice would be read it in your own language and get ready to cry, laugh, recommend it to everyone in your life. The book is technically about a little lad.
When I was a little lad, if I wanted berries and cream, Mummy made me do the little lad dance. Now Mummy's gone. But I still like to do the little lad dance, and you might too. I'm a little lad who loves berries and cream. Easy peasy.
That is going to find his way home. I hope you will read this book or gift it to someone who needs some love and loving. The next book I read is something very different. Okay, hold tight. Daisy Hates. No guns at the dinner table. That's what it is about. Just no guns at the dinner table and a lot of romantic drama. Family drama also. If you are not up for it, do not pick this up. If you do not like miscommunication, toxic relationships, violence, I guess. It's light violence, as in it isn't depicted very heavy, but it does occur in the book, so beware. It's a chunky one. It is the second book in the Magnolia Parks installment in the universe, because it is Magnolia Parks, then Daisy Hates, then Magnolia Parks, The Long Way Home, Daisy Hates, The Great Undoing, and the last one is called Magnolia Parks Into the Dark. I will be finishing this series this year, so I finished this one in the first half of the year. My voice crack, oh my god. Someone come pick me up, please. What I think about the book. It is good. It is a fun time. It's toxic. It's a vibe. I like Daisy more than Magnolia. I am so sorry. I don't want to hurt anyone. Like, I want to be friends. Like, can we be friends if I say that? I just like Daisy Hates and Christian and Julian a lot. And Magnolia and BJ, to me, I just can't imagine. Like, how could you put up with that? It isn't anything to write home about, but I do enjoy it. I think that is what counts. Enjoying the books you read. Right? Right. The drinking break. The hell? I did it! I started this bitch, man. Look at that. I bought the whole series. I think that shows what I thought about it, but I'm so sorry it's not a 5 stars. What it is, oh, what's up? Every good girl needs... I loved it. As in, it was fun. It was something else. I love Selena. I have a reading vlog about this online, but it is in Dutch. I'm so sorry, you guys. But you can maybe put some subtitles on it, enjoy it, or if you want me to read the rest of the series and make an English vlog about it, I can, because I will be reading the rest of the series. This series is a fantasy series, a romancy, I guess. Can you say that? I will. I don't care. About Selena. I think everyone and their mom knows about this book, so I don't want to tell you everything, but she's an assassin. Oh my god.
Oh my god!
I don't know what the that was. I want to put the book down now. I hated that so much. Okay. I loved the main character being a woman, a strong woman, a smart woman, and a funny one. And there is a dog. When there is a dog, it gets bonus points. Every book gets bonus points.
Can I pet that dog?
No.
Can I pet that dog?
No.
Can I pet that dog?
No, he's
Can I
sleeping.
pet that dog?
Throne of Glass is about an assassin, and her name is Selena. And it's also a bit about love and some trials, and I think it's typical fantasy, but I do like it. I hope the rest of the series is a bit more heavy. I like trauma, so let's get more of that. I loved it, just wasn't my favorite. I did think Red Rising was better, but also that isn't like a romantasy. I do not think you can compare one with the other. I don't think that's fair to do to the writer, but also the book. Next up, talk about the devil. It's Red Rising by Pierce Brown. I also bought that whole series. One is on my TBR card, Golden Sun, so I will be reading that next. And Morning Star is over there. I love this, but after reading Throne of Glass, I was more in the mood for something else, but it was a book club book, so I did read it. I think if there was a moment in time where I didn't read Throne of Glass first, I guess this could have been a 5 stars, but for now it's like a 4.5, I think. I'm so bad remembering my ratings. It's more a feeling, you know? I did love it. I did cry a bit, and I hope that the rest of the series makes this a 5-star series, but the book itself is more of a solid 4.5, I think. Red Rising is about, it's like a sci-fi fantasy novel because it is about living on other planets. So humanity sucks, but that's not the point of what I was trying to say. Yeah, well, I guess it is. It is the point of the book that humanity sucks. And there are layers. Like in Hunger Games, you have the districts, and some districts are worse off than others. And here it is colors. So red, like silver, gold, bronze, green, whatever. And the golds are the best. And our main character, Darrow, is a red. He lives in the mines of Mars, I guess. That's what I see in front of me when I read the book. And he tries to go undercover, like Miley Cyrus. I watch way too many movies and I need to stop because it ruins every conversation I have, because the only thing that happens in my brain is like I say a word or a sentence and then I talk about a movie or a book or make a funny meme. I would recommend anyone to read this if you like The Hunger Games. Divergent a bit, I guess. It's more adult, but if you like it, you will like this. I think that is it. It is a first book in a series, so that's fine. Next up, I read Half His Age by Jeanette McCurdy. And after this book, I was ready to read again. So if you're in a slump, you could read this. I read it in Dutch. It's the same title, but it is in Dutch. I never read Dutch books for fun, but my sister-in-law wanted me to read this with her in Dutch, so I did, and it was very fun. I gave it 5 stars. Jeanette writes in a way that I can relate to, and I think everyone with a bit of trauma or backstory or empathy or likes to think about life and people and romance and everything would love this book a lot. It is weird. It is a bit crazy for some people, but if you read crazy stuff and you're not scared off easily, you could do this. It isn't scary in that way, but I mean, there are some scenes that some would say are a bit odd. This book is about Waldo, and she is a teenager who fell in love with her teacher, and it's about their relationship. But also, the book is way more than that, okay? I promise it is about her relationship with her mother, being a teenager, not having a father, sex, love, addiction, and it is a coming of age. It's not just a romance book. It is a coming of age book, and I loved it, as you can see. I told everyone, like, it's so weird for me to relate to this book, but I do. It's raw. It's a raw book, okay? 5 stars for me. Next up, I read a thriller. Sorry if I'm touching my hair a lot. It's The Heat, okay? It is The Heat. Please stop the heat. Okay, so the next book is a thriller. It is also in Dutch because the writer is Dutch. And my one rule in life is when the author is a Dutch person, I will read it in Dutch, not a translation. It has been translated a lot, so you can read it in English. I was a bit disappointed. The first quarter of the book, I was amazed, curious, I guess. I was caught by it. I was like, oh my god. It takes place in a city, I guess, nearby. So for me, it was hilarious to read about schools and roads that I know. Places that you could literally drive to or bike to. So that's very funny. But it became a bit repetitive. And the ending didn't really satisfy me, which is fine. A lot of people did love that. For me, it was like a 3-4 stars. It was good. It was fine. I think more 3 than 4. Who should read this book? People who like thrillers that are a bit more slow and a bit more spiritual, like witchy and stuff. Because it is about a woman, the ghost of a woman, I guess you could say, that was made out to be a witch in the past, when that was a normal thing to do, to call women witches and drown them, which is fucking crazy. But oh my god, I need to calm down. Calm. I am calm.
Okay. Are you kidding? That's unfair. She made those. I need to calm down. Everything's fine.
Amanda. I'm
an adult.
It is about a woman, and she was being accused of being a witch. Well, they burned her. I don't know if I recollect that right in my brain. They killed her. Like, it's obvious they killed her. And her eyes were sewn shut, and her mouth was sewn shut. That's why this is on the cover. You can never open her eyes or her mouth, or bad things happen to people in Beek, which is the town. This is the book. You can read it, give your own opinion. I liked it. It was a bit too long, I guess. That is the whole point. It was a bit too long, and I read better horror and thrillers. The next book is a 5 stars. And a first-time author for me, and I can read all her books now. Every summer after, I loved it so much. Carly Fortune got my love for romance back. She did. I'm back, bitch. I'm back, bitches. I'm back. I love this so much. It is about a couple that had, I guess, a teen romance. So 19 is a teen. So teen romance. And they break up for some reason you don't know in the beginning of the book. She turns his proposal down, which is why they broke up. But there is a lot more than that. And you see the summers leading up to how they started a relationship as teenagers, which is very cute and romancy and summery at the lake, because they spent summers at the lake, and in that town Sam grew up and lives there, obviously. So that's how they became friends, and that's where it all starts. And then you see the POV of the future, so the now, of her going back for a funeral there, and them, I guess, reconnecting and unfolding a lot of stuff. I loved this book. I'm so sorry to do this to you. Okay, sorry for the different lighting, but my camera was overheated. If you have been here before, you know my camera is a bit of a sensitive girly, like me. But I was talking about Every Summer After. I think I mentioned everything I wanted to, but the series let me down a bit. I liked watching it. The actors were fine. I think that my biggest problem in hindsight, thinking about it a bit longer, is that they changed everything. I guess it's fine when you haven't read the book, the show is fun. But for me, I was so excited to see everything that I read and loved be on my screen, because I love shows and movies and film. So I guess I was just disappointed by that. I did love Chantal and Jordi as love interests, and their characters were the most fun and the most charismatic. It was a bit of a letdown. The book, however, 5 stars, read it immediately.
I see you. Get the book.
Next up, I did read Dungeon Crawler Curl. Say it 9 times fast. I read this with my partner.
Well, how done?
We both loved it. For me, it is like a 4.75, 4.5. For him, it was a 5 stars. I will be talking in my book year, mid-year book tag about this book a bit more because it is a sort of game show where people kill people. Listen up. One day, every building, every tree, everything on Earth goes flat. Bye-bye. To the ground. Bulldozed. Done. Everyone inside, you know, everyone outside gets to join the game show. I think there is more, but that's not what this part of the book is about because it is a series. It is a series, like 8 books or something, maybe 10, I don't know. We are going to continue this series, and most important, what you should know is that Carl will be joining the dungeon crawl with his cat. And the dungeon crawl essentially is, if you have watched Running Man or Hunger Games, you know the vibe. The last one surviving wins. It has a lot of video game elements and a lot of humor. It is very adult, okay? It's very funny. Thinking back, maybe this will be a 5-star series depending on the next few books in the series, but I loved it so much. It was so fun. I read it. 3/4 of the book I did physically, and 1/4 of the book I did audio book, and both were amazing, which never happens to me because I always have like a preference, but this time both were actually amazing. So we're going to the last book. This video is already almost over, so that's a bit sad. The last book I read and finished yesterday. Oh my god, it's a 5-star, baby. I loved it so much. Oh my god, there's an actual nail in my carpet. That's so dangerous. I have a dog. That's crazy. Okay. One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune. She writes standalone books. But this book is about the older brother in this book. In this book, I already loved him and he has my preference in this book, which is fucking insane because it is not about him. So getting this book, well, this man is funny, confident, sweet. His love language is acts of service, which we can appreciate in this house, okay? And they are funny, they're bantered together, feels just right, it feels real. And you do get a glimpse of Percy and Sam of Every Summer After, and that is so fun to read. And I devoured this book like so quickly. It's a good read, it's an easy read, it's a fun read, it's a summer read. It has everything to make a good summer romance. So One Golden Summer is definitely about Charlie Florek and Alice. And Alice is a photographer, and she essentially goes to the lake, Barry's Bay, like in Every Summer After, with her grandma to rehabilitate, I guess, because she had surgery on her hip, and that is where she meets Charlie Florek. And if you know about the picture because you read or the books or saw the show, oh my god, I love that element so much. I do truly believe in everything happens for a reason, or sometimes odds are rigged in your fucking favor. And definitely when it comes to love and people in your life, that is, I don't know if it's a trope, but I guess that is my favorite trope. If you wanted to get to know me, that is some of the most important aspect of me reading and watching shows. It's like feeling like you belong and there is a bigger plan for you. So I love this. 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars.
So you think I forgot? I definitely did not. This is the DNF of the first half year of 2026. I actually hated this book because the concept is Captain Hook, but like in a dark romance, and that sounds so cool actually, but they did it horribly. I didn't feel it. I tried it, I picked it up, put it down, picked it up, put it down, picked it up, put it down, and it went on for ages. And I definitely decided that I would DNF it because there is too much time and too many books to just keep on trying and feeling pain, only pain. So that is it for Hooked. I'm so sorry I forgot because it was a Kindle read of mine. That's why I forgot it in a physical wrap-up. I'm so sorry. I love you guys. Goodbye.
Okay, well, that's the end. Okay, so normally I would tell you a summary of every book I read and what I think about the book. The problem with that is that I love going into a book not knowing a lot, or just why someone loved it, or what the vibe is. And if you do love that, you would love my videos because I never spoil anything, and I always make sure that you get a bit of a vibe and a recommendation, but I will never tell you the whole plot because why would you read the book if you knew the whole plot? I just want you guys to read the books I love and see why for yourself, and not me tell you why you should love it, and just share my experience with it and why it felt good to me, or why I loved it, or if it was funny, but not telling you the joke, you know? For me it makes sense, but maybe you have a different opinion on that. You can let me know in the comments and I can use that feedback to make better videos in the future. So I guess we'll be finishing this video. I am just so proud of myself for finally doing this. I wanted to do YouTube and booktube for a very long time, so for me this is crazy that I'm doing this, but also a lot of fun. Like, It's so stupid, but on my first English video, I got a comment and it was so nice. It made my day. So knowing that, I will be continuing what I love and what I like to do. But that being said, I'm gonna film my book tag and see you guys soon. I'm gonna read tonight. I'm so excited. Thank you guys for watching. If you did like this type of video or just my vibe in general, please subscribe. Why are you not already subscribed? I hope to see you soon or in the next video. If you have any recommendations for a video idea or something that you would like to see on my channel, please let me know in the comments down below. And for now, I wish you a good weekend, a good week, or a good night. And I will see you soon. Goodbye.